Each toy is made by one person, from start to finish. Me. They're made by these. They came from up here. They came from here. And it's not a mass-produced toy. When I sit and think about that toy sitting under that tree, it's something I made, and it's ready to be opened up Christmas morning. I really do feel like Santa Claus. And that's when it all kind of hits me. I think I was destined to do this.
And the company behind this has a stock that's destined to go higher. Look at Etsy Go. Last night, the #1 online marketplace for all sorts of handcrafted goods reported a spectacular quarter. So good that it propelled the stock into the stratosphere, up more than $9, nearly 24%. At this point, Cramer fave and Brooklyn's own Etsy has already erased nearly all the losses since the stock peaked at the end of September, and the whole market went into free fall. Forget that. We've seen company after company deliver phenomenal numbers that sent their stocks back within striking distance of new highs. But Etsy's special. You almost never see a stock run up almost 24% in a single session, unless it just caught a takeover bid. Etsy made this move on the strength of its earnings. So how the heck did they pull it off? Company delivered a terrific 8-cent earnings boost, a beat off of a 7-cent basis. Can you imagine? Higher than expected sales, up 41% year over year. Revenue with acceleration. Etsy raises full-year forecast for gross merchandise sales. It's a key metric. The total amount of stuff that gets sold on their platform for revenues, and for raising for margins, too. The source of the strength, among many positive developments, in June, the company rolled out a new fee structure, effectively raising its prices, and the platform is so valuable that both consumers and sellers barely seem to notice, especially with all the improvements Etsy's made to its website. So could the stock have more upside here? Well, you know how I feel, but well, let's take it from the man. Let's dig deeper. Let's go to Josh Silverman, the CEO of Etsy, hear more about this amazing quarter and what it means for his company's future. Mr. Silverman, welcome back to Mad Money, and congratulations. Congratulations, not just in the quarter, but what you've accomplished. And what I want to talk about first is that advertisement, because that's what retail was for some of us when we were growing up. It was individual artisans, and then they went out of business. You've brought them back.
Well, you know, our mission is keeping commerce human. And it's really about, in a world where automation is changing the nature of work, and we're all buying more and more commoditized things from the same few fulfillment centers, allowing someone to harness their creative energy and turn that creativity into a business, and then connect with someone in the other part of the country or another part of the world. And that's really special, and we think there's an ever-increasing need for that in this world.
There's so many metaphors in it. Work with his hands, okay, so therefore not a machine. Work with wood, not plastic that goes into a landfill. One person can't mass produce. We don't want it mass produced. That means everybody has it. How did you identify it? That's not an actor. That's an actual man.
It's an actual person who, by the way, is also a Santa Claus and has been since he was young. He's amazing.
It's brilliant.
It's amazing.
It is the exact. It is the heart and soul of your company. Now, you raised prices, but you offered so much more. There was not only no resistance, but it accelerated.
Yeah, I mean, it's about value. So we've been really focused on delivering more value for our makers. And, you know, Etsy really is a platform that brings buyers to sellers, and that's very valuable. And charging a 5% commission, we went from 3.5% to 5%, was, I think, fair value for our sellers, particularly because we've invested almost all of that. 80% of that we're reinvesting into the growth of the platform.
Now, what's amazing to me, among many things that you guys do, is that you were thoughtful about what that buyer might want, and you talked about delivery, trying to make it so that everybody gets a good deal.
Yeah, you know, free shipping is pretty much table stakes today. And yet only about 20% of items have free shipping. And in fact, one thing we talked about in the call yesterday is that about half of all the items on Etsy, buyers say, have shipping prices that are too high. And yet, we grew GMS at 20% last quarter.
And it'll grow faster after what you said in the call.
We got to fix it.
Okay, so I want to know, people have to know what this is like. So for instance, I have a daughter who's, you know, she's creative. But normally she would just go into work at some fashion place. But she says, I'm making corrugated cardboard small 3D A-frame cabin ornaments for Etsy. I mean, now, one of the things that's so amazing is that someone's actually going to find these, right? Because of the way you do your website, the way you do you don't just go to that, you go to like a department store section now, right?
Yeah. So Machine learning is opening up a whole new opportunity for us to take 50 million items from 2 million makers and make sense of that for people. So a lot of people come, we have 37 million active buyers now, and many of them come just for discovery, just to see what they can find. And that is exactly the right thing for someone out there. And our job is to create that love connection.
And what else you've done? Love connection, right? Because it's holidays. It's by person. I mean, it's like, you can comb through it to find the best things. And you did that. I mean, that was something that you really created a worldwide handcrafted department store.
Well, Etsy, over the past 14 years, with a large team effort, has, I think, done a great job. And one thing I'd want to emphasize is the quality and the craftsmanship of so many of the products on Etsy. That's something that has been such a delight for me as I spend time. People like Kringle Workshops that make these incredible products. And what we have been doing a better job and need to continue to do a better job of really surfacing the beautiful, artisanally crafted products that are available at a really fair price. You're not having to pay for warehousing. You're not having to pay for all the other things that mass-produced things are. You're buying directly from the person who made it. So it can be both beautiful, handcrafted, and well-priced.
I have to tell you that it's all those things that drive my daughter, but my daughter also feels at home because she says, look, there's a lot of women.
Yes.
And that is incredible, right? A lot of women at home doing things you're empowering 50% of the people.
I'm so glad you talked about that. So 2 million sellers, 87% of them are women. Over 90% are working from home, are businesses of one who can create a global business from their garage or their living room. And Etsy does provide a real sense of community for them.
Yes.
And that's really powerful.
How about a little metaphorical, let's say, David and Goliath? Is it not ironic that we hear that Amazon may open its headquarters in Queens and you're in Brooklyn?
So, you know, we feel great about our employee value proposition, and come what may. And here's what we have going for us. We think we've got the best team, certainly in tech companies on the Eastern Seaboard. Right. We think ours is the best. And we continue to attract great talent. And the reason is, first and foremost, I think our mission is really a meaningful, important mission. And that matters. Great people want to work in a place with a great mission. Second, our technology challenges are interesting. For example, search and using machine learning to make sense of 50 million items that don't map to a catalog. And third, our culture is really special. We have been a company that's authentically cared about diversity from the beginning. So over 50% of our executive staff are women. We have a balanced board, 50% male and female. 32% of our engineers are female, which is twice the industry average. So people who care about diversity and inclusion really want to come to work at Etsy. So all of that is going for us, and we're happy to compete with whoever we need to.
Josh, you and your team, I should not, just because you always make the point of your team, have done remarkable things. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's Josh Silverman. He's the CEO of Etsy. And no, it's not done going up. A stock that goes up 9 goes up a lot more. Trust me. Mad Money's back there for the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.